Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and it's Bianshi and you can call me yours if you want. It was so cheesy. Okay, so today we are going to talk about the Knockmout series by Lucy Score, and we have three books here in the series, and it is a kind of small town found family romance. And the first one we have is Things We Never Got Over. This book is between Naomi and Knox. So Knox is a kind of a bad boy and doesn't follow rules or something like that. And Naomi is our good, kind, beautiful girl who believes in happily ever afters and totally opposite from Knox. In bottom line is so the story starts like the twin of Naomi, who is Tina, is totally opposite from Naomi. So she is a bad girl, notorious crackhead type of girl, and Naomi is a very innocent, kind sweetheart. So what happens is Tina calls Naomi cunningly in their small town and stole her cash and her car and leaves her with her daughter, Naomi's niece, to take care of, and she's 11 years old. So Naomi is now stuck in this small town with nothing except her niece. So this is their story. And in the starting, when Knox finds out, Knox thinks that this is Tina, and Tina is not allowed in the small town anymore because she creates so much hassle in there. And so there was this rule that now Tina can't stay in the small town anymore. When Naomi comes here, she's the twin, of course, so everyone thinks that she's Tina. So Knox gets into a fight with Naomi, who was Tina from his point of view. But then when he finds out that she's Naomi and she's lost and there is nothing she has anymore, Tina steals everything from her. So he bridgingly helps her and helps her find a house to stay in with her niece, and then he also helps her find a job in his own bar or club, I think. Later her ex comes back, so there's that. Knox has lost his mother, and they had a very loving family. So when he lost his mother, his father lost his senses because he loved her so much, and then he turned to alcohol and drugs and become an addict and just ruined his lives and their son's lives. And there is also a brother of his, I guess younger brother. We will meet him in the next book. Next book is about him. Knox is a little paranoid and doesn't want to get close to Naomi because he has already lost a loved one, and he doesn't want to face another situation like that when he gets close to someone he lost them. Naomi is taking care of her niece, and Knox is also taking care of them, both of them. So I like that dynamic between them. They became guardians of her without knowing. So yes, I really enjoyed this book. Okay, so the next book we have is Things We Hide from the Light. And this book is about Nash, who we met in the first book, and he is chief of police, also younger brother of Knox and kind of a good boy. And Lena, who we also met in the first book, and she is one of the ex of Knox. So the dynamic is really strange and awkward, but Lena is kind of a bad girl, but Nash is kind of a good boy. So this is good boy, bad girl trope, which is new for me. But yeah, I enjoyed it nevertheless. The thing is, Lena comes in this small town to find the criminal who we also met in the first book. But and she's solving this mystery, but she lies to everyone and tells everyone that she is an insurance agent or something like that. And she moves in next door to Nash, so their chemistry goes from there. And Nash doesn't want anything to do with Lena because he's also solving that crime. The first book we read that Nash gets hit and he lost his memory, and for that period of time, that what happens and who shot him, he doesn't remember anything. So he is kind of very frustrating, and because of his lost memory, so he's trying to also regain his memory. Starts a physical relationship between them, but then when slowly they were falling with each other. Lena, who was very not interested in becoming a part of the small town, slowly becomes the part of that small town because Naomi and Salone, who was also a member, their librarian, I guess. This is their friend group of six of them, where we got Knox and Naomi in the first book. The second one is Nash and Lena, and the third one is Lucy and then Salone, which was my favorite book, and we'll talk about it when it gets done. So this is their found family and family group, and really loved their friend circle and very much. So it makes me wish that I also have a friends group like that in a small town. So Lena gets stuck there, and she starts loving that because this small town slowly makes her a part of them. So when Nash finds out that Lena is also a secret agent, kind of someone like that, who was after the same criminal who he was also after, they become enemies again. They become enemies again. A very stupid, I know, a very stupid way to begin that, a very stupid reason. But yeah, that's that. But then again, they fall in love. So, but then that criminal again comes back at the last, and it takes that to bring those two together too. So yes, and there is that. It was a good book, and it was very large. So I think it dragged out somewhere, someplace, but overall it was a good read. And if you had already read it, again, please do tell me what are your thoughts on it. And if you hadn't read it, you will enjoy it, I guess. If you like a trope of good boy bad girl kind of things. Yes. This series is about three best friends. Two of them are brothers. First is Knox, and second is Nash, and the third one is Lucian, their best friend, their mutual friend, and kind of a barrier between them. So the third and the last book in this series is Things We Left Behind, and I really love this one. This I gave it 5 stars. This is about Lucian and Salon. So Lucian is very dangerous, very cold, and very few words man, and Salon is a very charming, cute librarian, and they had been best. This is also kind of best friends to enemies to lovers. So yes, this is that. And what happens is they both are best friends in their teenage years, and not, I cannot say best friends, but they used to spend time together and they are at least friends. But then something happens between them, and then they became enemies. And but their friend circle is very same and mutual, so they get to face each other very often. So but they usually avoids each other and totally avoids talking to each other and like that. But then we see that because of this crime and all what is happening here, Lucian and Salon together gets close. So in the starting we see that Salon's father passed away, and Lucian came to give his visit to her family, and the story starts from there. This book is set up like one chapter present and the next chapter is past, so we see their past alongside their present, and we get to see some glimpse of their past along with their present, so we understand what happened between them in the past that makes them enemy, and why they can't stand each other. He has a very abusive father, so he starts talking to Salon in his teenage years and found peace with her in her company. I thought that something very big happened between them. I didn't realize that whatever happened was so very small, because it did make sense what Salon did. If anybody was on her place, they will do the same. Even though he claims that he hates her, he doesn't like her, she broke his trust, so he can't trust her again. We see that how he is protective of her, he doesn't want anything to happen to her, and how he takes care of her. So when her library gets burned down, how he was so protective of her, and he was so worried about her. So this is also only a facade that yes, I don't want her, I don't like her, but in we can see that in his heart he only has eyes for her. So I really loved this book. I gave it 5 star. If we skip out that whole why I don't like you and all that, and the reason why they're enemies, because it was not so big, but I really liked this book, and I think from the series this one is my favorite. So yes, do tell me if you had already read this series, and if you like them, which one is your favorite and which you don't like, or which one is the least favorite, and any favorite character and anything you liked, any specific thing you want to tell me, do tell me in the comment section box. I really like to read your comments. It really makes my day. It really gives a smile to my face whenever I think that I have a comment on my video. And if you hadn't read it, it's okay, it's totally okay if you hadn't. If you have time, do read it, and I think you will enjoy it if you are into small town romances. So that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching my video, and give it a like, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends who are readers, who are also not readers but you want them to start or get into reading. Do share it with them too. I'll see you in my next video very soon. Bye.